Every day, our lives go on with the expectancy that nothing will happen. We expect every day to have normal events that lead to either positive or negative reactions amongst our peers and ourselves. We never take into account the possibility that something irregular could exist in our world. Google Maps is an application many of us may use often, or have used at least once. It's a compilation of images around the world that is used to show users what areas in the world look like, specifically used for roads and directions. But have you ever considered that some things that were never meant to be seen or are out of the ordinary have been recorded on Google Maps? This post was originally on the foruming site known as 4chan, but many people caught interest and caught on. The image features the back of a house in France, with this humanoid staring back into the camera. This could easily be passed off as a mere statue or a hoax, but let us take into account multiple things surrounding this image. An address was provided for the location, and other people witnessed this creature. When people asked Google about this, they had no response to what it was. Instead of taking the time to respond and give a clear explanation as to what it could be, they blurred the image of the monster. Later, in 2016, the entire building was blurred out for unknown reasons. Visiting the place on Google Maps now provides nothing but a blurred building, which is very odd. Now that we've discussed proof that could back up the reality of this image, let's ask another question. What the hell is this thing? What could it possibly be? From what we have seen, it has been called a tiki troll, but from images we have seen, a tiki troll seems to look different in a way. What we have is a tall, dark, skinny figure with an abnormally large head that bears resemblance to a tiki troll. Nobody has much of a clue as to what it could be. Maybe this is some unknown creature that scientists have not discovered yet? Our planet is very big with a lot of things that could be in it that we have not found. These could be underwater sea monsters that have not been found, or creatures that have been hiding from us for years. I think this is one possible scenario for this creature's existence. The next likely theory is that this thing is a fake sculpture that was seen in the right place at the right time. This is extremely logical for many reasons, because these types of sightings are very rare, unusual, and one being found on Google Maps of all things would be odd. What counts against this, though, is the fact that Google blurred the monster that later blurred the entire building it was in. Now, here is another far-fetched conspiracy theory, but what if this is a government experiment? I do not want to touch on this theory much, considering how unlikely it is, but the fact that Google tried to cover up this thing instead of giving a logical explanation says a lot about the suspicious factor that this entity has. What if Google or some powerful corporation made this entity and paid off Google to censor the escaped subject? In the end, we don't know what this is. It could be a real undiscovered monster, or it could just as easily be faked. I guess we will never really find out the explanation as to what this thing is. It's a very odd occurrence that has happened online with no explanation given. It just happened. I would gladly like to see any information found on it, but if not, this is me signing out.